Hi everybody, welcome back. I was just thinking about Melissa Moore, seeing that her show is coming up real soon, The Happy Face Killer, which is her father, if you don't know. I'm sure everybody knows. Anyway, I was thinking about her relationship with Gypsy. Now, I looked up her father's case and some of his personality traits, and I noticed a connection between her father's personality traits and Gypsy's. So I screenshotted a few of these things. If you just want to hold your screen and read through them, I'll give you a minute. Now, is there any possibility that you think Melissa Moore has this maybe unknowing attraction to Gypsy because she might remind her of her father, whom she was very close to, by the way? Apparently she was the last one he talked to before, he passed away. But I see the similarities in the traits of their personalities, Gypsy's and Keith Jesperson. Okay, they both have the over-the-top love bombing in the beginning to get you to open up to them, give you personal information, and then use it against you. He did that in his earlier years before he started doing a lot of the other stuff. He had that kind of personality, but then so did Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was known as a very charming man. He could charm the socks off of anybody to get into his car. And that's where that all led to. So Gypsy has the same kind of trait. She can love bomb somebody in the beginning and then use what they say to her in confidentiality against them. Like this little thing that she does with Ruby. Exactly. And this is what people with this psychological, in my opinion, psychological defect when it comes to hurting people, whether it be through words, actions, violence, whatever. They all seem to have the same kind of trait, the over-the-top love bombing in the beginning. You open up, you give them personal information that you've never told anybody, but you thought you could trust this person because they said you could trust this person, just for them to turn around and use it against you. And then when you get upset that they did that, what happens? You're the one in the wrong. You're the one being a bully. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? But now I'm thinking that Melissa Moore has this fascination with Gypsy, and I'm thinking it's all because of her father. She has this ideology about her dad that is very not healthy, but she has it, and mainstream media's continuing to let her to use it. They're thinking, oh, this poor girl whose father was, serial, whatever, she should have this time to open up and tell her story and blah, blah, and all this stuff. It's owed to her. No, it's not owed to her. It's not. He never did anything to her. He never harmed a hair on her head. He actually really, really loved his daughter. If such a person can love, that's about as close as it would get. But she's using his name, his crimes, for blood money. The same as GypsyRose is using hers for blood money. And people are turning around and saying, but she was abused and her mother made her do these things, so it's owed to her. Everything is owed to them, so the world owes these people nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay? Gypsy was not physically abused. She had these operations and these medical things because of her microdeletion. She needed these things. Her mother did her best to keep her healthy. And yes, she squandered money off of charities and stuff like that, but she was trying to give her daughter everything she thought she could in the only way she knew how. So I wish people would stop saying the world owes Gypsy anything, because we owe her nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we owe Melissa more. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it disturbs me to my core that Melissa Moore continues to this day to grift off her father's evilness. Is the only way I can put it. And it does disturb me that Gypsy is doing the same with her mother. Okay? I don't understand how people can stand behind people like that. You must also have a deficiency in your brain to be doing that. I don't understand why people put them up on a pedestal like they do. And I think that's another psychological defect in the minds of the masses, because that's what mainstream media puts in your brain, and you follow it because you trust them. We don't need to trust them. Use your own brain. Make your own decisions. Come to your own conclusions. Do your homework. Don't be sheep. I'm sorry if I'm seeing a little overheated in this video, but it got on my nerves once I was reading and documenting some of the stuff from Keith Jesperson, this evil psychomaniac. If anything, I think Gypsy should have been his daughter. But no, Melissa Moore will reap all the money from his crimes. Anyway, guys, that's my video for today. Please like and subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm. And if you would like to buy me a coffee or a super chat, please, it's in my bio. And I thank you very much to everybody who has. Everything in this video is my thoughts, opinions, and or alleged. Bye, guys.